Welcome back to the channel. Now this channel is still under construction. I'm still looking for new art and a new name that I'm working on for the channel. But what I want to talk about right now are the things that I want to focus on going forward on this channel. We're going to definitely be pushing for more progressive policies. We're going to be pushing for, LGBTQ rights. And we're going to be pushing for workers' rights, women's rights, and pushing for an end to violence in Palestine. But yes, we are still going to focus on the things going on currently, and we're going to focus on what Donald Trump is going to be doing and what he does as he takes office. But at the same time, we can't focus on only what he's going to do. We've got to focus on getting organized and getting Democrats and other liberals in Congress to realize that Republican light isn't going to get the job done. It wasn't the fact that Kamala Harris ran some very progressive left-wing campaign that made her lose. She didn't clearly explain some of the things she wanted to do, for sure, but most of what she did was Republican light. It was like, okay, well, we don't want to go as far as the Republicans, but we're going to do some of what they want to do. And every time a Democrat runs a campaign like that, or a liberal runs a campaign where they're trying to be center, a centrist, they're trying to run this middle, it's never going to work. You got to have policies that support working class people, that support the working poor, that help the elderly, that help the hungry, feed, and clothe the poor, house the homeless. These are programs that we must push for and we have to push for. There's no way around it. I understand what it seems like, right? I understand it feels like it's impossible, but it's not impossible. It's going to be hard the next few years. It's not going to be easy for a lot of people, myself included. People in my community right now are absolutely terrified. No matter what social media app I go to, I come across hundreds and sometimes thousands of posts of trans people and people in the LGBTQ community worried about losing their families because they're married to someone of the same gender, right? Because they're talking about banning that. They're talking about ending trans affirming care nationwide. These are things that terrify me. But I'm also still scared about what they're going to do to the working class, what they're going to do to the poor. We have to fight for these people while we're fighting for ourselves. So just know that on this channel, we will be pushing progressive policies, progressive ideas, in ways to unify the country without leaving people behind. This channel will be about lifting people up, giving them a hand up, passing along information to help people who are struggling, and ways for people just to get by. And I don't know where I got away from that. I feel like I got away from that somewhere on this channel. Because there was a point when we were getting lots of views when I was going and covering a lot of progressive policies, a lot of progressive ideas. And now I don't get any. And I don't really feel like I moved to the right at all. If anything, I went further left, it felt. But I don't know what's going on. But we're going to work on that. And there's one bit of good news is Republicans in the House aren't going to have as much of a lead as they previously thought. Democrats were able to flip a few seats in California to the Democratic side of the aisle, and they're going to have maybe 214, 215 people, I think, in the U.S. House. So it's going to be very close. right? It's going to be extremely close to a point where it's possible that we can convince a few Republicans to side with the Democrats to block some of this crazy stuff that Trump wants to do. Because there are still Republicans in the U.S. House who did not support Trump. Not as many, but there are still few. So there's hope to slow down what Trump wants to do, tie a lot of it up in the courts if we have to, and fight for the next 2 years and try to see if we can get to an election in 2026. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you down the road.